Hello, how are you? Hello, everybody. Can y'all hear us? Rabbit, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and
All
clear.
right. Can everybody in the chat hear us? Oh, well, I'm not sure if they're supposed to just send carrier pigeon and let me know. How about a one in the chat for those of you that don't have carrier pigeons ready and available? You can just put a one in the chat. Dave says yes, that'll work too. All righty. How are you today, Miss White Rabbit?
It's been a long one, but I can't complain.
Anything interesting going on in your neck of the woods?
Mm, well, all's quiet in my land, but
Didn't you get a new makeup palette the other day?
oh, God, I did. I
Did
did. I
somebody borrow
did.
it?
Yes. Yes, they did.
Oh. ha,
Oh,
ha,
gosh.
has that somebody hit pan yet?
Yes, and about four colors. Yes.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Just in
yeah.
there with like a spoon. Just
Mm-hmm.
scooping it out. Little reconstituting with some water.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. Well, let's see. I guess we should say hello to those lovely folks in the chat. They've been waiting patiently for us. Sorry, y'all. That's my fault. I forgot to send Rabbit the link, and she thought we were on. Were you on one of our our personal channel? One of those?
Yes, I was clicking on the. I don't know why I'm echoing. Am I echoing to you guys?
No, I don't hear you echoing. My audio always sucks, y'all.
I
God,
think your audio sounds good.
okay. Virginia says mine is low, and that yours sounds great. Mine is all the way up. Y'all. I am at my wits' end with this. I don't know what to do about this audio situation. I'm getting ready to take this damn mic right out of here and just use the damn iPad. I'm serious. The volume is all the way up on the damn thing. I'm at my
She's
wits end
getting
with this.
fired up. Y'all better quit complaining.
Oh my, no, it pisses me off. It's always a problem, and I've tried everything. There's no AirPods because that interferes. I've got the volume all the way up on this stupid thing. I've tried. I'm gonna try a different setting on this mic, and y'all tell me if it makes any difference at all. First, I need to find the button. Okay. All right. How about this one? Does this sound any better?
See, I can't speak on it because it sounds great to me.
How about this one? Is that better? I, I'm telling you, what I'm gonna do in 2 seconds is I'm just taking this thing straight out of here, and I'm just gonna talk to you directly. I'm gonna use the iPad mic because no, okay, y'all, we're gonna try this. Tell me how that sounds? Is it any better? As long as you tell me it's not worse. I was fizz crank. I did try that. It didn't seem to make a damn bit of difference.
Just go full liberator.
Yeah. How is it now? That is louder. Okay. And that's me. That's me just using the iPad. I don't know. I don't. Well, we're gonna try it this way for the time being, y'all. If it gets really bad and you can't hear, if I turn my volume all the way up, then yeah. See, this is all.
Oh crap, where'd you go?
Oh no, I'm here. I'm pondering. I was reading it said if I turn my volume all the way up, I can hear you fine, but then Rabbit's too loud. Yeah, that's it. It's my problem. Rabbit's is always fine. Y'all, I truly do not know what to do about this situation. I have tried every conceivable thing. But I tell you what, I'm gonna send this damn mic back. I'm not gonna pay for this thing if it's. I'm going to try one more time plugging it in. And we
I'm just
shall
trying to get that. While
see.
you're doing that, I'm gonna click off of here and try to get myself to stop echoing because I know somebody said I was too loud. Sorry, I'm liberating.
No, you know what? It was because of it. It wasn't that you were too loud. It was that mine was. She had to turn hers all the way up to try and hear me, so that made yours way too loud. But it wasn't. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
your issue. It's mine. Okay, so now Fizz Crank says it sounds much better. Does it? Because now I have the microphone moderately closer, but not much at all. But hey, if it's even a little bit better. No, you're good, Rabbit. It was okay. All right. I'm not gonna move, and let's hope that we're good. All right, girl. Let's get this shit show started.
Let's do it. Let's get on the pot.
Okay, so do you have? Can you start us? Can you start the ball rolling? Because
Yes.
I have notes, but I did not have time to type them, and I can't read my writing. But once you get going, it'll all come back to me. And y'all, this episode there wasn't anything like of huge note that happened, so we're we're good.
Yeah, we're so caught up on this one that we're not having to watch, two or three at a time. So this one's going to be pretty easy. And it's
Yep.
basically, we find ourselves, in the freezing cold with all the contestants as we were. Um, they're all going through the same things, a lot of cold air, a lot of nakedness.
Yep, and we're starting to get some rain, right?
Yes,
Although,
and this is where things start to change for me on some of the things I said about people I didn't like before.
are you getting ready to apologize to Joe?
Well, oh gosh. Yeah, the
So I was
the
just
apology
wondering
tour may
because
stop in the frozen
oh
mountains.
great, we've even had to branch out into reality people that we don't know. We have to apologize to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say their shelter is so cozy and
Yes.
inviting. It looked just warm, and it was 10 degrees warmer inside of their environment.
It was. I
Yes.
wrote down. Let me see. Where was that? I think their quote was, "quote Three of us are tucked in tight and we're toasty warm." End quote. And I have to say that does look bomb. It
Yeah, they've done a great job. Who I
yes.
don't understand, well, I guess what I don't understand is it's likely they're not going to find food, in my opinion. And I know me actually not being there, it's easy for me to say, but I feel like the rest of them have kind of dropped the ball when it's came to their shelters.
Yeah. Why why is that? I don't because they all got the same start as far as the
Yeah.
partial kind of, TP looking thing.
They got the same bones.
So, yeah.
But to be
Everybody's
fair,
better than
Joe's
their
bunch, Whiny Joe and his crew, they did have the advantage of the face of a rock that theirs is propped on. I will give them that.
That's right. They do. They're all at different locations. I should have written down, but I did hear that some are, you know, some are in the valley, some are wasn't somebody on a ridge line? I can't remember, but
Yeah,
they
they're all
are.
scattered.
And how far apart are they? They're really not as far as
I think
it
they're
would
10
seem
miles
like.
apart.
Okay, yeah, that sounded right. So it's Gabby, Kai, and Joe who've got the bomb
Mm-hmm.
shelter. Um, there was something else I wrote down. Oh, well, since you brought up food, I wrote down that Do you know how you can tell the cat prints from other predators'
Oh,
prints?
yeah, they have retractable claws.
Yes, yes. So better to do this and knead you with at night before they eat you.
Oh my God, that's horrifying.
Well, my big fat whoopee, he loves to do that. He's, almost 30 pounds. And when he lands on you at 3 in the morning, decides he wants to snuggle, he does, and how they need, and that's what
Yes.
they're doing. Those claws are coming in and out. So, I think that was, yeah. Joe's feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was anything else. Yeah, for that part, I didn't. Oh, God. Remember when they were out walking around and they found that? Oh, it was like a leg or something. Oh, God. It was fresh and bloody. And they said it still had ligaments or tendons
True.
attached. Oh, it was disgusting. It was so
Because they
gross.
got like a thumb type print too.
And that was, they were kind of freaked out by that. Oh yeah, and I think they showed the picture of the mountain lion, kind of like it was, you know, gonna wander on into camp and say hi.
Interestingly enough, bears have 5 paws or claws, and cats only have 4.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Unless
Mm-hmm.
they're those Hemingway cats.
Oh yeah.
They have those in Key West, and they've got Petters and Unicorn says, I say my cat is making his bed. I've heard it called so many cute things. I've heard it called making biscuits. I've heard it called not a cuddle puddle, a oh, it'll come to me later, but yeah, there's some really cute little sayings for cats. Cats needing.
Did Gabby catch a
Okay.
fish?
Yes, they do. And okay, that that was funny. Can you please tell me why? Why did Gabby feel? Was it Gabby? Yes. Um. Do you remember when Gabby got so excited when she saw the fish? Now, not the one they ultimately caught, but remember when she and Joe? I think it was her and Joe when they first started fishing, and well, she just kind of got all excited and jumped right in the water.
Oh my God, they're crazy.
I
And
was like, what the
then,
hell is this bitch doing? Why is she jumping in that water?
I think it was the best thing that could ever happen to Joe to have gotten placed with them.
Well, now, uh, when they did ultimately end up catching the next fish, Joe Joe did him a solid because he filleted. Was it a
Mm-hmm.
was it a trout that they caught? I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah, or yeah, because it was speckled, so it was either a trout. It wouldn't have been a salmon. Yeah, a trout. And I'm still laughing about that crazy bitch jumping in the water.
I kind of love her now.
What did
My
she think? What? Excuse me. When is the last time anyone's ever caught a fish by jumping in the water and grabbing it?
That's a good point. Now I'm kind of feeling a little silly about putting them as my least favorite team.
Well, I don't know that that's premature, truthfully, because well, their shelter is definitely quite superior, but
What do you think would
uh,
be the toughest for you? Would it be the lack of food or would it be just the cold?
oh, the cold, hands down, the cold, because I would imagine that they must start to try and acclimate their stomachs to the ahead of time. I would
Mm-hmm.
think. I mean, if it was me, going at least a few days, at least, before this, debacle started by eating significantly way less
That's
than I used to.
smart. I actually imagine that they totally went to a buffet before they came there.
Well, we know Sarah did,
Old
but
Sarah ain't never missed a buffet.
yeah, Sarah the taxidermist, or as you like to call her, Fat Sarah.
Fat Sarah.
um, I wrote a question down for you, as a matter of fact, something similar. Let me see where it was. But Joe did do a mighty fine job of cooking that fish once Gabby, got herself. How do you think she had even completely dried off before she caught the next one?
Probably not. She was probably
Joe
already numb.
looked Joe looked stunned when she jumped in that water. I don't know why I think that is so hilarious, but I guess because I've just never seen anybody jump in the water like they're going to catch a fish with their hands. Although, well, there is hand lining, but that's with the. You're not in there like trying to literally pick them up and catch them with your hands. Um, my question for you, I have a couple of them. One of them was, what makes you meaner, heat or cold?
The heat makes me more angry.
Oh yes, me too. Me too. Yes, I'm very familiar with that. At least that's what I tell my husband. I'm like, oh honey, I'm not always a bitch. It's just hot. It's just very hot.
Exactly.
He's like, no, honey, it's. I'm like, well, no. It just, it very rarely goes below 90 where we live. Um, and how long would it be before you, the way I put it was snapped on a bitch? How long, how long would it take before you lost it?
Oh gosh, probably not long. I don't know. No, let me take that back. Because if I even was able to push myself to even stay in that kind of environment, then I would probably be a total Joe and 100% dependent on everybody. So I would absolutely have to be as gentle and loving as I could be. I would rub everybody's feet.
Oh, well, now you know who might need you then. Is it someone's having foot problems? And who is it? I wrote it down. Is
I think
it
it's
Wes? Well, wait, let me see.
yes,
Anyway,
Wes. Wes is always about to lose his blessed feet. And then
yes.
what's his name? Oh my gosh. Not
Oh
was
wait,
the
it's
other
Jake.
one.
Jake.
Yes, Jake.
Jake's feet. I put Jake's feet are in bad shape. He's got pus coming out of his toe, and Jake says pus means healing, and Sarah, is it Sarah that says no? Pus means um infection and maybe gangrene. No. I
Yeah.
said gangrene,
I
not
will give him
not.
credit. He's got the jokes. So I think that's going to carry him a long way in this. But yes,
Yes.
his feet are not doing well.
And what do you think? Are you of the opinion that pus is healing or pus is sudden death?
I think pus is not a good sign.
No, I agree. It's not. Not in my, especially not when it's kind of like yellowish green. Yeah, no, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, probably not. Yes, he does come from a long line of foot doctors.
Oh, that's right. He did say that, and I didn't know if he was being a smartass or if this was for real. So I was just like, okay, it's his story. Let him tell it how he wants. Um, there was something else I wrote down just because I thought it was funny. I wrote my notes differently this time, and I won't do it this way again.
Oh, I know what I thought just now. See, I didn't write notes down, and before I had watched the previous episodes over and over. This one I watched once, so I'm proud I remembered this. So they were complaining like when it started raining, everybody's freaking out, except for, of course, Team Joe. But I was thinking that Skinny Sarah's mat would have made a wonderful ceiling. I would prefer to have the rain not coming in than a mat to lay on.
Yes, that is a very good point. But you know what? The rain doesn't really start coming in earnest until the end of the episode, and at that point is when they show everyone is really getting concerned. Like there was
Hmm.
by the end of the episode, there was no one who was treating the rain like a joke. Um, and oh, there was something I wrote down under Jake, Waz, and Sarah. When do you remember when Jake and Waz decided that they were going to get in the water to shore up the dam that they
That
had
was so
built in the
stupid.
last? Yes, but what they did do that was very smart that I never would have thought of. They built a fire.
Yes, now that was a good idea.
Yes, and I wrote down that water dissipates body heat 24 times faster than air, and you have less than 3 minutes before loss of dexterity occurs from being in water that cold. So, ain't no joke.
No, I just don't understand why they didn't take logs and throw them in there instead of climbing into the friggin' water like that.
Yeah, that I don't. You know what? Now wait, they did explain that. What was it? It was something about. I think where they wanted to shore that dam up, they needed to. It had to be more strategic than just chucking some
Right.
logs in there. I think it had to be pretty strategically placed. I did write down that by this point, none of them have eaten anything of note for 6 days because this episode takes place over days 6 and I believe 7.
So they're halfway through. And I have another question now that has came to me. When we see them all going to sleep, they have this one big, pelt quilt. Um, why are they not taking that out when they go out and covering up with that?
Well, I wonder if it's because I don't know. Do you think it's because it's too big for just one person and it would be dragging on the ground? I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe, but I think I would just take it over my head, and wherever my workspace was, I would just throw it over my head and work under the freaking cover.
Well, somebody does have fur flip flops, and a little further down, I know I made note of who it was because I thought it was funny. Um, okay, and then we have Trish and Jeremy. They're Rod. Rod was their teammate. Rod was the first one to tap out. And Trish's hair, my goodness. Um, I wrote down Glenn Close, Fatal Attraction.
Oh, totally.
I actually kind of like her
I
hair.
love her
And
hair.
let me tell you something. My hair would look like straight off ass if I was out there with. No, I have naturally wavy hair, so it's not those nice, really tight curls like she has. But it's not straight either. It's just that gross, like in between place. I run a flat iron through it, but oh well, didn't I say I was bringing my flat iron when we go on this challenge? Isn't
Yes,
that what
you
I
are.
was?
Yes, that is
Yeah.
one of
Okay.
that is one
So
of your
okay,
important
so
items.
we won't need to worry about it because our hair will look good. We'll be fine. Don't you worry. I'm bringing something very practical, a flat iron.
But
Oh, and
it's
an eye
pretty
patch.
smart that she has her woolly hair because it has to keep her head warm. Oh
because
yeah,
even though she's got some cellulite, I don't care. Everything looks better tan.
it does.
So,
Her fat is way more tolerable.
oh, and what do you remember what Trish was doing, which I thought was actually clever, but my God, how tedious could this have been? She was hand, she was making flies
Oh
to fish with,
yeah.
remember? And I didn't know where the where did the filament come from? Or do you think she was using one of her hairs?
Oh my gosh, she could have been.
I don't know what she was using, truly. I don't know. Um
Oh my, isn't Fat Sarah and Cowboy kind of at odds over that stupid
Yes.
fish basket?
Oh yes. Yes, ma'am, they are. She is making. Okay, so Jermaine, it's Jermaine, Sarah, and oh, why can't I remember his name? Wes. Wes and Jermaine decide that they've got to get their they did a dam too. I don't think it's quite to the level of Waz and Jake's, but they want to catch crawfish. So Wes and Jermaine decide they're going to get that water, get that dam how they want it to get the crawfish. Sarah is going to make a crawfish basket. And apparently, she wants to be able to sell the prototype to Bass Pro Shops or something.
But I was
Because
thinking, like, I understand his point of telling her to, like, pick up the pace. But
yeah.
yeah, he's leaning against a tree while he's saying that to her. And I'm thinking, well, then go make your own basket, dude.
And how did wait? What did she? Oh, Wes is the one with the furry flip flops because I wrote it down. He he said something about. Well, she says it takes time to make it correctly, and he said it's got to get done, and she said I'm worried about making it right, not fast, and yeah, those two are beginning to definitely get on each other's nerves.
Well, what would you agree with? Would you agree with she needs to pick up the pace even if it's not perfect, or do you think it's smarter for her to take her time to do it like
Well,
precise?
I have to say, if it were me, I would try to find something in between perfection and hurry up and just get it done because it
Yeah.
will be a waste of time if they can't if it's so shoddy that they can't catch anything in it. But she might be, I mean, honestly, I think she might have been taking it a little too far. But hell, girl, I don't know. I have no idea what the hell it takes to get a crawfish, crayfish, whatever it was. And I didn't know that they had those in Montana. I thought that was something from the swamps,
Yeah,
like
that's weird.
Louisiana. I had no idea. I don't even, do we have them in Florida? I guess we must. I don't know. I don't eat them.
If I was cowboy, I'd say, Fat Sarah, you have extra, okay? So you don't have to be in a big hurry. But some of us are
Oh,
wasting
you're gonna
away.
go there? You're going to body shame her?
Day
You don't
7,
have
yes.
to.
I'm starving. She's
Oh,
over
okay.
there with all her extra
Okay.
calories.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. No. She'll be um she'll be sharpening a stick. She'll be whittling a stick and she's gonna be in there firing up a lawsuit.
She's probably trying
She
to
can use
shank me.
ash. She can use ash from the fire for ink. Um, let's see. Did I write anything else of note about those two? Oh, well, there was a lot of people that were trying to shoot bows and arrows at rabbits. Did you notice that? I kept
Oh,
saying, "Run,
brother,
little rabbit,
yeah.
run! Run, little rabbit, run!"
Bless their
Oh,
hearts. I wish they would have caught one truly, but yeah, they all seem to be a horrible shot, or maybe their hands are just so cold.
oh God.
God, you know what would be
I wrote
horrifying? What if by
what?
day 10 they just
Uh-huh.
start to like try to eat each other?
Well, I'd say if we have to resort to that, Trish is the first to go.
They can use her hair. They won't waste a bit of her.
Oh, moose tracks. Damn. My stepdad told me that because he lived in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and he said that moose are incredibly dangerous because they are so big and so stupid, and because they're so stupid that they get real squirrely. Um, and I wrote down that moose, my God, they can get up to 1,500 pounds and run up to 30 miles per hour. And that there's no arrow that any of them have that are going to penetrate a moose. So I think, I'm sure that was just an outtake for TV. I don't think any of them actually would try to shoot a moose with a bow and arrow. At least I would hope not. What did Sarah? Sarah says rabbit. Oh, yes. This was another bone of contention between Sarah and Cowboy. Well, Jermaine's been working on a rabbit snare, and Sarah saw it and said, excuse me, you're going to need more clearance in that snare. And he not so nicely told her because, oh, wait, I wrote something down hilarious that she said, a quote about her expertise in rabbit snaring. What did she say? It was something hilarious where she basically told him that, she's got a master's degree in rabbit snaring.
Oh my God.
And he said, well, that's all well and good. And basically, I don't give a damn. And guess what? I actually saw the rabbit, so I know exactly how much clearance it needs. I, those two, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I don't, I don't know if, I think he's kind of a chauvinist.
I do too. And I think she tends to be pretty good at, a little bit good at everything.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And
I
I
do.
don't
I
think he
think
can handle
she's
that.
yeah, and I definitely do not get the impression from her either that she's like oh, I am woman, hear me roar. I can do all these things that, I can do it better than you. I don't get that from her, but I do get that he's kind of a dick. So we'll see. What do you think? Is the crawfish basket, or is that what they're trying to catch? Crawfish? Do you think it's going to be worth the wait?
I hope so, because if not, that's going to be a big problem.
Yeah. Okay, I already asked my two questions. More. Oh. Jermaine. No, Sarah said she, quote, wish that Jermaine was more open to criticism, end quote. Yeah, well, who is? Okay, I don't see anything much more of. Oh, Jermaine's got a stick up his ass about something. Those are Sarah's words,
Surprise,
not mine.
surprise.
Yes, that is what Sarah said. And then the other guy, Wes, is that Wes? Said Jermaine and Sarah are like a time bomb waiting to go off. Well, Wes, where you been? I think we already saw that. Oh, how long do you think you could go without food? I I I want to say that, isn't it like 8 days. They say that you can go. You can only go without water. I think maybe 2 days, three tops. If I'm not mistaken, you can go without food for 7 or 8. How long do you think you could go?
If I had to,
Yes.
probably longer than I think, but I think after day 3, I would just be so friggin' weak that I would just
Yeah,
lose my
that's why
mind.
I think it definitely practice would be required way ahead of schedule to go through something like this and be able to tolerate it. Let's see. Rose. Oh, what do you think of when I say rose hips, prickly pear?
Oh, yeah, they did find those
I
little
was gonna say, yeah,
spiky fruits.
it's not a mask at the spa. No, no, it's your appetizer on Naked and Afraid.
Indeed, it is.
And oh my God, that prickly pear, that shit looked. I mean, I was scared of it. The spines on. Oh, that was terrifying looking.
They have found, to be honest, I feel like they have found way more food than I expected, even though it's been very little. I think
Oh
the
yeah.
what's the
I
watercress
mean,
soup or whatever. I mean, I feel like
oh yeah, yes,
they've
yes, the
been
watercress. Yeah,
imaginative.
I wouldn't if Uber Eats couldn't deliver it. I'm not eating. Although the
Amen.
fish, that trout, that actually looked pretty good, and I'm not a huge. I mean, I'll eat trout in a really nice restaurant, and as long as it is absolutely fresh. But that's one that can be fishy. I don't like if I eat fish, it needs to be fish that tastes like chicken. In fact, I will say that in the restaurant. I'm like, I don't like fish. I want fish that tastes like chicken. And usually they'll just look at me like, ma'am, we have a lot of chicken.
Okay, you
I
know
go, no,
what?
fish is so good for you. Oh, yeah, but nope, it
They
cannot taste like fish.
they used a
Not only can it
worm.
not taste like fish, it cannot have. It's got to be solid white, flaky, firm. No, no fish that looks like fish or tastes like fish. Um,
They
some
did
of
use a
them
worm
fruit.
to catch, when they were
Yes.
fishing. Why aren't they just digging up a bunch of worms and eating them?
You know, do you think it's because do worms hibernate in the winter?
That's a good question. But you
I
would think
mean,
they could dig. I would be digging and digging and just getting all
well,
the worms.
they acted like it was a big coup just to get the one. So I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe they just go down a lot further in the. God, I don't know. I should probably stop speculating on do worms hibernate. Oh God. Oh, I hope that doesn't come back to revisit me.
That's a good question, though.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no. Oh, I'm gonna redeem myself a little bit. Isn't that what they call a segmented something from? Oh God, never mind. Never mind. Moving on. um. So who got food this episode? Jake? No,
Mm-hmm.
not yet.
No, no.
Uh, Gabby, Kai, and Joe got their trout.
Mm-hmm. Now they did get the pears.
Oh wait, that was Waz,
Yep.
Jake, and they got the pears, right? The prickly pear
Mm-hmm.
and the what else was it?
They ate some little berries. Was that last time or
Yes,
no?
yes, and they talked about the prickly pear was like 40. I think you got 40 calories or something. Not much, but I guess it beats nothing. Oh, more notes about the stupid basket.
Interesting. They actually do sort of hibernate.
Really? Let's look at that. I've been vindicated. Oh, Trish said, oh, talking about their shelter. Okay, so I'm at, actually, I mean, truly, we're almost through this whole episode, and that's because where I am in the notes now, is where they're all starting to panic about the rain coming in. And Trish said, that it was the worst shelter that she's ever made.
And that the sad part, it was halfway made for them.
Yes. Oh, what did I write down? I wrote down shelter or food, which is most important.
Well, I think food obviously would be great, but if they can't get warm and have a place to come back to that they can relax, because they're staying inside so much, I think shelter.
Yeah. And Trish said, towards at the end of the episode, Trish is actually in panic mode. And she said they don't even have enough firewood. And now the rain's coming, and she's definitely um, quite nervous.
Yeah, I'd say they will be the first team out for sure.
Yeah, because there's only two of them. Are you still? I still my money. I don't know. I'm not sure if you know. I thought Jake was and Sarah were obviously like rock stars in the beginning, but it almost seems a little too obvious to me. Like I don't know. I'm almost wondering if maybe because it is just Trish and who? Why can I not keep his name? Jake? No.
Wes,
Wes? Wes. I don't know. Do you I wonder if because they are the underdogs and I don't know, could that mean that they're going to be there till the end?
it's a possibility.
I don't know.
I think Team Joe is they're surprising me. They're eating, they're warm.
They are definitely. I mean, they actually said in the outtake, "Oh, we're so cozy," and I think they were. I mean, I don't think
Yeah,
they're. And I mean that it almost looked to me like what seems to have really made the difference for them is what they are using as almost like a roof that oh God, it's some kind of a fir tree, I think, like a not a Douglas fir, but what are the Christmas trees that have they're like a very long needle and they're almost soft. That's what it that's what the roof of their shelter reminds me of, and I'm thinking that might be why they're staying so warm because it is so dense.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
feel like according to where each group is, their advantages and disadvantages, they seem to have more issue with animals than everybody else.
yes, yes. Oh my God, that leg piece, that thing was disgusting. You had to have seen that. It
Yes, I
was,
did. It was
oh,
gross.
and it was fresh because it was bloody red. It wasn't like rust colored looking when, like when blood dries or coagulates.
Hmm.
No. So the only other thing that happens is the rain is coming in and they're in panic mode. So I think next the next episode is definitely going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I think they're going to be miserable and hungry and tired and cold
Oh my God.
and now
I'm
wet.
telling you, I get a little bit of it like sympathy misery just watching it from the lovely 72 degrees inside my house.
I agree. I do
It
too.
looks it looks horrific. Oh, I think this might be a good place to talk about the 90-day fiance situation.
Yeah, yeah. So, guys, we want to see what you all think. We are so far behind and started so late in the game with that show that it's
Yeah, we
gonna
didn't
be
realize
completed
how
before we
far.
catch up.
Yeah, we did not realize how far they were into the season. So there is another show that is, y'all, it makes 90 Day Fiance people look sane. And it's called Smothered. And Smothered, the concept of Smothered is it is a reality show where a mother and a daughter are abnormally, pathologically close. I mean, it's weird. It's unnerving. This is not like, oh, we have a sleepover once a month. Just me and mom. Oh no, no. It is absolutely bizarre. So we kind of thought that because we are so far behind, that show I think has only had 2 episodes thus far. It would be real easy to catch up on that show and watch it in real time. So I think what we need to do is put up maybe a community post with a survey. We can't do it on this channel yet because we don't have access to the community tab yet. But
Yeah, we need that, guys.
yeah, I think we should figure that one out. And when it starts up again, we will absolutely start. If you want us to keep going on it, we can do that too. We just did not realize how far into the season we were coming in. So we'll put up a poll on that. And can you think of anything else besides
Gosh, I
our next show?
yeah. So, do you want to tell them about our show after we take a short break?
That we're only 10 minutes late on that one. Y'all, you might have seen the thumbnail for, what did I call it? The Tribunal for Warring Factions. Y'all, we're not, obviously most of us are aware of today's activities, last night's activities. So we thought that if anyone would like to discuss all of this in a, hear me loud and clear, in a very controlled, respectful environment, we can do that. And if there are, we are considering the possibility of maybe different parties that might want to talk it out. We could do that, or I don't know, maybe we could do our court. I don't know. If we had parties that wanted to try and talk it out, but would rather have their, what do they call that? Your, kind of like your public defender state your case for you. I don't know. We're going to play it by ear. But that is, well, we set it for 8 o'clock. We were running behind on this one. Sorry about that.
Yes,
But
so if you guys want to, grab you something to drink, take a little pee
yep,
break, whatever you need to do, and then
yep,
the live is already set up. So we will see all you guys there, and you can come up and kind of an
yep,
open panel, I guess. But remember, if anything goes sideways, people will be removed off
yes,
the panel. No hard
yep,
feelings, but we just don't want it to get, you know,
yeah. And
silly.
we're not necessarily saying right now before we see if and who would want to come on panel. It this is not this isn't going to be like a cage match of death. It's
No.
We're not doing any of that. So, um, what do you say we will end this one? That link, I already set up another one for that, so we're gonna have to leave this one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hop over to that one. We'll go get a drink, reconvene in a few minutes, and we'll just see how it goes. And if nobody is there, nobody wants to talk, everybody's over it, that's all good too.
Excellent.
Okay, so let's do that. We will. What time is it? It's 8:12. I'm just gonna go nuke my coffee and go to the bathroom and
Fizzcrank said he just pictured you dressed as Mad Max. Funny you should say, because we are now walking on scorched earth.
yeah,
Get your
yes.
doom buggies ready.
I've never seen that movie. I love me some Tina Turner though.
Oh my gosh, you need to watch the newest
I
one.
know.
Well,
I
the
don't know.
most
There's a
recent.
lot of movies I've never seen, and I don't know why. Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome.
We're living
Oh, I
it.
can hear the song.
Oh my gosh, this
It's
is
summer.
YouTube Beyond Thunderdome.
There you go. Put that on a t-shirt. Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna end this one, and we'll see you over uh at the other scheduled live momentarily. All right.
See you guys there.
We'll see you in a few. Good night.